Hi, good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining today's webinar. As people are ready to join, we'll begin the session in next 5 minutes, sharp at 4:15. Hi, everyone. So, firstly, I'm very sorry for the delay here due to some technical glitch. We were delayed by 15 minutes. Hope I am audible, guys. Okay, thanks for the confirmation. So this is Tirtha here. I'm working as a SMA at KKHR. Along with me today, we have Aarti here who will be assisting you on your queries over the chat. So today's webinar session, I will be making you walk through the income tax computation and the declarations, how we do in the portal. So without any further delay, we'll just start the session. Okay. Give me a minute. I will just share my screen. Okay. So is my screen visible, guys? Okay, thank you. So, firstly, everybody are aware, right? So, income tax is very much important for us to pay to the government, where each individual salaried employees or the businesses should pay, so that it will help us to affair of the India. So, then we'll just start the session. How to navigate? So, firstly, employees should navigate to their My Finance, Manage Tax, wherein here you have the declaration tab. So here, if you see in the first page, we have given the overview of whatever the declaration employee has done so far. So coming to this 1 lakh exemption, these are the ATC section data. Is my screen visible, or I have zoomed it a little bit? Is it fine, guys, now? Okay, thank you. So this is the ATC section. Here, if you see, by default, the PF or VPF as part of your salary, whatever is there, system will auto calculate and it will show you the details. So coming to this, EPF or any other housing loan principal, mutual fund, LIC, educational tuition fee, everything we have it here. Apart from all these, if you have any other like ELSS, all those stuff, you do have this other section tab where you can click on this edit declaration, and whatever the declaration amount that you have, you can update that and you can save it. So once you do this, it will go for the approval, and then the admins, whomsoever are there, they will take the action. If approval is non-mandate, then it will be auto considered for the tax calculation. So this is how all the declaration that you have. You have the edit option where you can declare the tax, and if you want to just cancel or clear it, you can just click on this. It will go off. So let me just declare LIC. Okay, so whatever the declarations you guys are doing, all those will be getting captured here. So as per the norms, the max limit towards ATC is 1,50,000 that we have shown here. Apart from that, amount declared, whatever employee will do, the declaration that will be getting captured, including this PF. So again, I will repeat it. Max limit will be only 1.5 lakh towards the ATC section. On top of it, if employees are declaring more like 2 lakhs, 3 lakh, whatever, all those will not be getting considered. Instead, it will again go ahead and restrict to 1.5 lakh only. So the pending approval amount it shows here and the amount accepted so far. By default, PF will be there, right, as part of your salary. So it will be accepted. So if at all the admins are rejecting anything, then all those amount will also show it to you here as an employee. So now we'll go to other exemptions. Any doubt in the ATC section? Yeah, someone is asking about the NPS. NPS will come under the other exemptions. If you see, we have shown it here. So here, if you see, I'll just enlarge. Okay. NPS, employee contribution or the employer contribution as part of your salary, if you are doing any sort of declaration, even that will be getting captured here. So on top of that, if at all any medical insurance, preventive health checkup or parental, this 80D section, even that you can do the declaration here. So just to give an example, if at all whatever the declaration you were doing towards the medical, that will be restricted to 25,000 for the employees who are less than age 60. So above the senior citizens, they will be getting the max exemption of 30K. So this will be included with the medical insurance only, the preventive health checkup also. So if employees are declaring both the medical insurance as well as the preventive health checkup, then either of them would be getting considered, not the total of both. It will not exceed the max limit. Same goes with the parental health checkup also, along with the medical insurance. So any declaration that you want to do towards this, again, it's the same option. You can click on edit and you can update the amount, whatever that you want to do the declaration, and then save it. So this will get updated. So now if you see here, it gives you whatever the declared amount are there and the pending for approval. and then the amount that has been accepted, if at all once the admins will approve, and then whatever the rejected amount are there, that will get reflected here accordingly. So we'll just do this one more declaration. So here if you see, it got updated to 55K now. So that's how the other exemptions you will declare here. So coming to this tax saving allowances, any tax saving allowances where the proof mandatory they have mentioned in as part of your CTC, whatever the component that we have, whether it is a LTA or medical insurance or any other component that they have, wherein proofs are mandatory if they have mentioned, then you can come here under the tax saving allowances. You will get the option where you can edit and you can declare towards that particular component and then save them. So I will just go ahead with the FPP. So coming back to this house property, here if you see, we have the option both where the HRA that you will declare, and along with that, if you have any self-occupied which you own a house means, or if you have any let out property, that will also get reflected here. Okay, let me just reshare again. Okay. Is it visible now? Okay, thanks. Thanks for the confirmation. I will start from the home loan again. So coming to the HRA or the self-occupied or let out property that you have, you will be navigating here. So it's the same path, guys. My finance, manage tax, declaration. There itself, you have all these options. In that, one is house property. So here, if you see, if you have any rented, I will just reject this and I will add a new one so that you will get the clarity. So if employer have not done any declaration, this is how the screen looks like. So here, if I say I want to declare towards the HRA, I will go ahead and select the period from when to when I want. So if they have any two, like if you have shifted the house in between the financial year and the rental changes are there, you want to show that, then you can select that particular duration also. Like April to July, you were at another place, and then August onwards, you were in another new home. Then you can go ahead and declare by showing the bifurcation in this way. So I will go ahead and add it till March. Total rent will give it as 96,000. So this is the annual amount, guys. If at all you are showing the monthly value, just update into 12 and show that amount here. System will take up the monthly breakup. So whatever the address is there, just update that address. So here you have the metro cities, which are Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, and Kolkata, wherein you will get the 50% of exemption based on the location. If it is a non-metro, then by default it will be 40%. So if it is a non-metro, select the non-metro. If it is a metro city, then select whichever the city that is there. And then the bills, if you have and if you want to upload right away, you can upload, or else during the year and you can do it, which you can ignore for now. So owner name, you can give it here, and if it is the same address in the same building you guys are staying, you can check this. If it is a different address, you can uncheck that box and you can give that whatever the address name there says. something like that you can update. And then the PAN number is there, then go ahead and update. So if the rental value, monthly rental value is above 8,333, then the landlord PAN is mandatory. So you have to go ahead and give that landlord PAN. If it is less than 8,333, then it's not required. So you can, if you want, you can go ahead and give the declaration wherein we have given the declaration format. If you just click on this hyperlink, you will be able to download the declaration form, and so here you can fill in this details saying whatever the declaration towards why the landlord PAN is not there. Okay, so once that is done, here whether it is a government property or the non-resident or whether it is other value, then select that particular option and proof is there, just upload that. If you have two owners, like multiple owners, then please do go ahead and add owner so that you can add two owner details. Okay. Is it not visible? I have zoomed it more actually. Okay, thank you guys. So here, if you just collapse and see, you can find whatever the details that you have added, all those will be getting reflected. So it shows pending whenever the approval is mandate and the admin should take the action on it, or else it will show as accepted. So once they accept it and approved. So that's how you will do the HRA declaration. And if you want to add, as I told you, if you have shifted to some other new home and you want to show that as a two different residence, then just add that by clicking on this and select that particular period and add the different one. So if you want like that multiple also, you can add within the financial year, it should be. So next is the self-occupied or the let out property. So in case if you own a house and you want to show that details, then self-occupied you select and then click on next. Here you will give that interest amount towards the loan. So purpose of loan, you will select whether it is the repair or it is the new one that you have purchased. So then give the construction or the purchase. If not, you can give repair if it is the existing one. So then the lender name and the lender PAN and the address. All these will be applicable in your loan receipt that you have. So then in that, whatever details are there, you can just copy paste all those accordingly here. And if you want to upload the proof, you can upload that document here and then save it. I'll just give some dummy details. So this is how it will get added. So if you see, the self-occupied is showing. So in the same way, if you want to go ahead and add the let out property, if you have wherein you have owned a house but you have given for the rent, so then whatever the interest that is been there, you can update that amount here, and then the purchase details, and then the lender PAN, all the same details you will add. If in case when it comes to let out property, then this municipal tax, all those will be there. So whatever that you have, you can update all those amount details here. Okay, so this is how it will get added. So whatever the details that you have, you can show. So basically, as I said, self-occupied is the one which you own the house, and let out is the one you have given for the rent to someone. So that details, if you are giving it for a rent, then obviously you will be getting some income, right? So from the tenants, all those you can show the details accordingly. So that is the reason you will add all these declarations here. So that's all about the house property. So coming to income from other sources, on top of all these, if at all you're getting some other income outside, then you can go ahead and show that as well. You can just add that, and whatever the amount that you're getting, you can show all those declarations here, and then the total will get reflected by the system, and once you save it, it gets updated. Okay, so this is how it gets added. So based on all these declaration now, how my computation sheet looks like. So here you have the income tax computation. You can navigate to this by my finance, my pay, income tax, or else under manage tax, if you just go to the declaration tab, here you have the net taxable income. You have a hyperlink income tax computation. So if you click on it, it will be redirected to the my pay income tax page. So whichever the financial year you are working in, you can select the drop down and you can view the details accordingly. Okay, so here if you see all these gross income, whatever is part of your salary, all those will be here. And if at all you are working in the organization from April onwards, that will be there. If at all you will show the declaration of previous salary, that will also get captured. So now let's say here I have previous income. Let's assume that you joined the organization in the mid of the financial year, then you have all these month wise details. So if you want to go ahead and upload the annual income, like towards the period April to September in one go, then it is not feasible. You just need to give the monthly breakup. So the reason why we need to go ahead and update the monthly breakup is, if you could see under this income tax computation, all these details are getting captured from April to March. So that is the reason whatever details that you have earned so far, you need to show that as a monthly breakup as well. So you need to go to my finance, manage tax, previous income. So here you have all the month wise, whichever month you have joined prior to those, whatever were there, will be getting reflected. Here you have this edit icon under actions. Click on that edit icon. Here you can go ahead and update the amount. I will just say 20,000. I will just zoom out a little bit. Later on, I will again zoom in. So whatever the deductions were there, PT, IT, all those you can update accordingly. So in the same way, you can go ahead and update till September and save those. So once you save it, now we'll go back to the computation sheet. So here if you see, okay, since it is pending for the approval, we'll just go ahead and approve all the declarations. Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. There is a bad network. Is my screen visible now again? I have shared it. Okay, thank you. Thanks for the confirmation. So now, because I have approved all the details, if you see here, all those declarations that we have done are getting reflected here under the competition sheet. So this is how the sheet looks like. Guys, am I audible? Okay. So here, if you see, I was saying all the details will get updated based on the total earnings. Here you will get to see the details of whatever the declaration that you have done. And if you see, view details are there. So here, if you just click on it, it will give you the breakup. So everybody are aware, right? So HRA will be getting exempted based on the three criteria. One is on actual HRA and the rent paid, what you guys are showing, and then the location based, which is as I mentioned, if it is metro city, then 50%. If it is a non-metro city, then it is a 40%. So whichever would be least, that will be getting exempted. So that's where it will get calculated. So that breakup, you can see it here. So based on that only the amount will get exempted. So same goes with PT, whatever the declarations are there, the deductions are there, all those will be shown here, both projected, and if you show the previous employer card deduction, that will also get updated. And whichever payroll that they are running actively, that details will also get captured accordingly. So, firstly, once after salaries are there, then you will get to see the PF details. And then once that is done, under this less allowance tax exemption, in this you will be able to see HRA and the section 10, whatever declarations are there, that will be getting updated here, LTA, all those stuff, leave encashment, etc. And then you have the section 16, which is mainly for the PF and standard deduction, which is by default of 50,000 that we get it. That details are covered here. So once that is done, the house property details will get captured. Post that, if you could see whatever the section 24, basically the housing loan details that you have, that will get captured. And then income from other source that I have declared, even that is getting captured here. So now whatever the ATC section details that we have, those are here. So here also, whatever the apart from LIC, like whatever the declarations you guys are going to do, all those will be the here. So as I told you, even though if you guys are giving more declaration and if it is exceeding the max limit, system will still go ahead and restrict it to max limit. So here if you see, I gave 10 lakh as the declaration, but wherein under ATC section we will only get 1,50,000 exemption. So because PF and VPF is there, so it is taking, and then the balance amount, I mean 1.5 lakh minus these two amounts are the 1,15,000. So that is the reason it is giving the exemption only for this. So same goes with ATD, ATEA or NPS, whatever you guys are going to give the declaration, it will get restricted to the max limit. So once all the declarations are there, done, then you will arrive with the net taxable income. So based on this, the TDS will get calculated. So TDS will get calculated on this criteria. If you see the slab breakup, we have given it here. So the one which you are referring to, this is the old tax regime. So as per the old tax regime, the tax, like whatever the declarations you guys are going to give, all those will be exempted and based on the max limit that we have. And then the rebate, which is of 12,500, under that also you will get certain exemption up to 12,500. Suppose that if it is exceeding, then the tax will get come into the picture, it will get deducted accordingly. So here if you see, post that whatever the amount are left, based on that the TDS is getting reflected, and for this employee if you see, based on that it has given the breakup. So that's how the TDS will get calculated, guys. So this is the one which I showed for the old tax regime. So now I will switch it to new tax regime and I will show you how the page gets updated and the TDS will also get recalculated. So here we have the option wherein now, as of now, the tax is being computed based on the old tax regime. If you want to switch it to new, you can click on this click here option. Here, if you see, we have given all the slab rate and the percentage, how it gets calculated. So this is how it is. I will just show the differences. So as per the old regime, if you could see, it is 0% tax up to 2.5 lakh and 5% tax on between 2.5 to 5 lakh and 20% tax between 5 lakh to 10 lakh and then 30% above 10 lakh salaried employees. So this is the old tax slab, and new one if you see, this is how it is. So income up to 2.5, it is nil, then 2.5 to 5 lakh, it is 5%, and as I mentioned, the rebate of 12,500 will be under that itself. And then 5 lakh to 7.5 lakh will be of 10%, and then 7.5 to 10 lakh it will be of 15% tax rate, and 10 lakh to 12.5 lakh it will be 20,000, 12.5 to 15 lakh it will be 25,000, sorry, 25%. So 15 lakh and above will be 30% of slab. So here we have given all these details to you wherein you can refer and you can get the idea of the new and old tax regime. And then if you want to switch it, you can switch. Or if you want to continue with the existing whichever regime that you are into, you can continue with that. So now I will just switch it to new tax regime. So now if you see, earlier it was just 1000 to 2000 tax. Now it got increased. Why? Because as I mentioned earlier, here you will not get that benefit of doing the declaration and all those. So by default, post 7 lakh, like whatever you have, everything will be taxable. And if you see, this is how it gets calculated. Here if you could see all those income that I extra I have added, right, other sources, that is there. Apart from that, the declarations which I gave are not there. So based on this is how the tax will get calculated. And then the surcharge of 4%, sorry, educess. Then after, this is the annual TDS. So this for the upcoming month, it is giving the bifurcation. So which is more beneficial in a sense? Obviously, it is the all tax regime where you can go ahead and give your declaration first and show all those with your proofs and then get those exemption. Post that you can go ahead with the whatever the taxable amount is there. Based on that, the TDS will get calculated accordingly. If it is the new one, then you are not going to get those exemptions. Okay, so that is how it is. So I will again switch it back to old one so that you can find the changes again. So I just clicked on the change and again I'm referring to this one. I'm switching. It got updated. Here if you see whatever the declaration I gave, again it came back and my taxable income got reduced and TDS is also getting calculated accordingly. Now I came back to the 2K change. Okay. So any questions towards this, guys? For vehicle running expense provided on monthly basis based on proof provided. Okay, so Ratna have a question related to the FPP. So yeah, Ratnam, as I mentioned earlier, if at all you are saying proofs are mandatory in the salary component settings, then employees will get the option. Here, if you see, FPP is there. So here they will come and do their declaration by adding like whatever max limit they have given, they will update. So to submit the proofs, they need to go to manage tax. Here they have tax saving allowances. And here bills mandatory that you have given will be getting reflected. So you just need, employees need to edit this and give the declaration and whatever the proof that they have, they can submit it accordingly. It is same likewise how you will do your investment declaration. In the same way, to submit the bills, here itself we have added the path. So if you have added that as a reimbursable component, then in that case employee will get the option under my finance my pay component claims. So here they will get the option to add. As of now, there is nothing that we have created any here, so that's the reason it doesn't show any. So if at all you will add any, then under this financial year, you could see one more option will be there where you will get the option to add your claims. So you can, employees can go ahead and submit their claims. If it is a reimbursable component, under allowance only you are saying, then it will be under tax saving allowances. Can you please show salary slip? Hi, Muskan. So to navigate to payslips, employees should go to My Finance, My Pay, and the payslips. So here, whatever the payslip has been generated based on the payroll that they have finalized, that details would get reflected. You can navigate to your path and see, you will be able to find. For this employee, it is no, I mean, there is no payroll yet run. That's the reason we can't find any payslip. PT is also calculated. Srilata, is it a question or the statement? I didn't get that. Yes, PT do get calculated based on the details. I mean, the location wise, the details that you are going to give, registration details. Based on that, it will get deducted. You need not to do any overrides. System will by default capture all the details accordingly as per norms. Can employee claim HRA and housing loan in same city? No. As per norms, you cannot. If it is same city, then either of them you have to go ahead and do the declaration, not both. If it is a different city, then the chances are there where you have a self-occupied and you do have the HRA. Based on that location, we will give the exemption, but not in the same city. Can do, please. What is PPF? Okay. So you do have this provident fund details, no? Wherein that is a sort of again savings like how LIC, mutual fund, and all you have. In the same way, you do have the PPF where employees will go ahead and deposit and they will do certain savings. So there, if you are doing any sort of savings, that you can come up and give that declaration here so that the tax will get exempted accordingly. So I could see someone is asking about the Form 16. So guys, Form 16 will get generated in the traces itself, both Part A and Part B. I think it's almost now 3 years since in traces only they are giving both Part A and Part B. You need to download it from the traces and you can come here and using the generator tool, they can upload the Form 16 here. So instructions and all we have mentioned here. I think we can have a separate session based on this. We can show it. Or else you can reach out to the support@keka.com. They will help you. Since both part A, part B is getting generated by traces itself, you can come back here and upload it to send it to your employees. Mm. Can you share PPT? Sandesh, it's regarding which PPT? Today's training. You will get this link post this session. A recording also you will get it, guys. Form 16 you will generate and you will download it from traces. I missed the person name, but yeah, you can generate it in the traces itself. You need to raise a request and then you will get it downloaded. I'm so sorry, guys. Due to huge flow, I am unable to pick all the questions. So, whichever I am able to read, I am answering to those. Where to approve the okay. Okay, where to approve the updated declaration amount in Keka? Sidhu. So Sidhu, you can just navigate to payroll admin, and here if you see, you have an option called income tax declarations. So under this, the first one is the declaration approval. You can select whichever pay group that you are running for, and then you can choose the period, financial year, run it. Here you will get all the employee details. So if you want to download the documents, if at all they have uploaded, you can check this box and download the document in bulk, or else you can click on this review claim. Whatever the declaration that they have done, if you could see, all are here. So you can go ahead and view one by one documents. If they have uploaded, you can refer to those and then approve or reject them accordingly. So this is how you will do it. Okay, any other questions? After download from traces, what next? So Sudhakar, once you download the part A, part B from the traces, you can use the generator tool as I mentioned here. We have mentioned all the path details, everything along with the snapshots. You can go through this document. So for that, you can navigate to payroll, form 16, generator tool. So here you have this download instructions. You can download this. We will show all the options that is available in that, along with the snapshots it is mentioned. So you just need to upload the form 16, both part A and part B, using this, so that it will get merged. And then under summary tab, by default all those merged details will come and sit here, which you can select and send it via email to all the employees, or bulk download you can do it in the portal. I hope Sudhakar got the answer. How can we enable and disable declaration option? Okay, so Praveen, you can go to the main settings. You have payroll. So under this, you can see my finance settings, which is the sixth step. So you can click on it, and in this you have the option both for this new and old tax regime, opt in, opt out. If you don't want to allow employees to opt for it, uncheck that. And coming to IT declaration also, if you don't want to give that option, just go ahead and make it April, and then turn this off, so that the past date if you will give, it will not be enabled to them. So this proof submission also you can uncheck and click on complete, so that employees will not get the option to do any sort of declaration. Hope Praveen it is resolved. Okay, so Alex, I have a question related to section 10. Section permits 100 rupees exemption per child. For up to two children, it's 200. How to enable this in KEKA? Okay, so you need to go ahead and create the salary structure, and in that you need to mention the annual amount, whether it is the 1200 or the 200 into 12. That amount you can, 2400, whichever you want to give, you can go ahead and add it in the salary structure. So whatever you are going to add, just go ahead and assign that particular structure, salary structure, to the employee, so that the exemption will be given to them accordingly. So you need not to enable anything, you just need to add the salary component in the salary structure, and then give that max limit amount. That's it. So related to your second question, for that we need more information. If you can just reach out to support, we can understand completely what you're trying to say, and then we can guide you how to configure. But if it is same related to this 800 limit you want to give, then 800 into 12 you can add, and you can add it under the salary structure. Same answer to the one which you asked for the first question only. But if it is something else that you want to give more detail, then please do reach out to them. So we will wind up in next 3 minutes. If you guys have any other questions, just let me know. Home loan principal, yes, it will get exempted. Azim, yeah. So for that, as I showed in the declaration part, here you have this option under the section 80C. So here, if you see, housing loan principal is there. So the principal amount you can do the declaration, and it will be exempted accordingly. Is my screen visible, guys? Can two employees claim HRA for the same property? I think you are asking about the self-occupied, I guess, Gaurav. I'm not sure about the one which you are asking. There is a confusion, if you can just elaborate. So it completely, whatever many I could see are asking whether it is exempted or not. So for whichever components you are asking, based on the norms, whatever you are going to give the exemption as per the company practice also, like which one is timer, like it when a session got closed. I'm so sorry for that. Okay, so salary TDS challan generated with Keka. Bharat, just a second. Let me just share my screen. You guys quickly confirm if it is visible or not. Okay, so is my screen visible? Okay, so someone asked how to update the challan details. So you need to navigate to payroll admin. Here you have a option called income tax and TDS management, basically the ETDS filing that you guys are going to do. So here, whatever the payroll that you guys are finalizing, by default, the system will show you the tax deducted details here on a monthly basis, 3 months. So then you have this option called manage under the actions. So you need to click on this manage. If you have multiple challans, then go ahead and select the second option. If it is a single challan, then go ahead and select the first option. Click on add challan and select the respective details, and then give the challan details like challan serial number, payment date, BSR code, bank name, everything, and the challan amount that has been deducted. By default, it will be showing based on the payroll that you have finalized. But if you want to make any sort of changes to this, you can go ahead and do it. And once you click on next, so here you will get the option to map all these employees. So you just need to keep this as it is and click on add challan so that the challan details will get added here in this way. So if at all you have multiple challans, as I mentioned, you can edit and make the changes or delete those. I'm just deleting it so that I can show you how to add multiple challans. So come back here, add challan and fill in the details. Then you can update and map the employees accordingly. So once you update the challan details, this generate return files will get enabled. If you click on it, the ETDS filing details that you have, Form 24Q, it will get generated and you can use it to filing purpose. So as I mentioned, Shabda Shuk, sorry if I am pronouncing it wrongly. So you can go ahead and update the details. If it is a construction, then just go ahead and select that reason itself. So if you just go to house property, here you have, so construction or purchase, you can select that construction, or if it is a new purchase and then repair. So that's how it is. So coming to ATD, someone asked how to add that. So just go to this other exemptions. Here if you see, ATD details are there. For parents, it is mentioned parental. So you can go ahead and update whether it is a medical insurance or if it is a preventive health checkup. Okay, so since the time is up, we are going to wrap up this session, guys. We can keep one more session on the Form 16 if you guys need it. So we'll plan to that. For now, if there are any queries which has been unanswered, I'm so sorry for that. But you can reach out to support@kk.com or the chat box so that our team will help you accordingly. Please do drop an email to support@kk.com so that you will get all the assistance required. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye. Bye, all.